What is up, and welcome back to another episode of the Girl Gains podcast. I'm Amber P,
I'm Alexis Nicole.
and we are chatting. We're catching up. We're giving you updates, and then Alexis had a really good topic on how to help your significant other in prep, regardless if you guys are both in prep together or if one's not a bodybuilder or not. Good topic. But first, you go ahead because you have a lot of updates. I really don't have anything.
All right. So I haven't posted this really anywhere, but we applied for the Arnold. So we'll find that out here soon. Um, it the applications are open till like December 1st, and then the email said that they will like notify applicants the first week of December. So we will see. Um, And so we started prep for that. It's about 16 weeks out now, or from like what this past Friday. So when I sent check ins yesterday, we went ahead and started getting things going. So one of the things pretty different is I think we talked about like the post show stuff and how I know we've talked in the past that like I typically run with higher blood glucose levels. Um, my A1C is on the higher end, outside of normal, like in the pre-diabetic range. It's always been there since I was 18. So that's just like a genetic thing. It gets a little bit better with, it got better with changing my diet back then, and it stayed about around the same. But it's not ever going to be pristine. Um, so we just have to control that. So one of the things that we decided to implement and try is a keto diet approach. So it's just proteins and fats, no carbs at all, literally zero. Fats are high, though. I have fats in every meal. Um, so we just started that yesterday. Um, and we will see how that goes for my prep. The other thing is um, I have a new supplement sponsor. Once this podcast comes out, I will be officially signed with Raw. Um, so you can use my code if you need all the things because they have everything. I already use a ton of their proteins, some of their pre workouts and stuff. But I will be giving you guys like real time updates and reviews and all that. But that's exciting. And
Congratulations. I love that.
thank you. Code is Alexis, easy to remember. Um, and we are here at the end of November. We're planning Friendsgiving. We're planning Christmas holiday trips to Europe so we can see the Christmas markets. Last year when we went to Vienna before Prague last year, and it was like a week before the big Christmas markets opened, and they have like the most famous ones. So we're gonna go back and actually see that and explore a little bit before the holidays. And then we've got holiday shenanigans coming up, which you know everyone does.
You guys didn't decide what day you're going yet.
No,
Okay. Okay. No, I was listening. No, it's not you. I'm just making sure I didn't miss it because it is very possible for me to miss it. Okay.
but I will be back. I will be at nationals.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll both be there because you're helping me. Yes, yes. Um, I so here's what happened. I honestly, I'll backtrack. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I got off track. Long story long, I got off track. I got backed up on schoolwork. When I tell you, like, I'm behind, like, I'm behind. And so then that just turned into this big stress pool of me being behind on edits and just trying to do all the things and trying to, I think, when I was journaling the other night, I think what's going on is whenever you're in that shift and transition and your life is just changing again and things are looking different, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't really know what's happening. I don't know where we're going, but I know things are changing. But okay. I hurt my back at work, so that was super annoying. Had 2 long days back to back. I always wear comfy shoes. However, the owner doesn't put mats on the ground because it's not aesthetically pleasing to the salon. and she's not a hairstylist. I have never, out of 13 years of my life, never not worked without a mat up under me. And then on top of that, the way that they book things is just ridiculous. Y'all, I'm long story long, I will not be there much longer, okay? But whenever they book, they double book. So let's say there'll be an artist doing the hair, the updo, and then a makeup artist doing the makeup. So on this particular day, it was crazy slammed. And so they double booked. I didn't realize. So while the girl's doing hair, I had to do makeup. Well, y'all know I'm 5'8". So I spent a good 3 hours bent over
Ah,
doing makeup. Yeah. Yeah. So bent over, doing makeup, no mats, like 2 7-hour days back to back. And that's the thing. Like, I think sometimes people don't understand, like, standing for that long and then bending over, hunched over. So yeah, my back hasn't quite really been, it's getting better, but it hasn't quite really been 100%. I have like this little tweaking. Like, I notice when I drive, that's when it really hurts. I'm like, I don't like that. Like, it's just comfort. Um, did glutes and squatting don't feel good right now, and that was very frustrating to me because I've been enjoying my reverse hack squats. Like, I use that a lot for my glutes because I can just get good glute engagement. So I've just been doing glute isolation because, a part of me is like, I have food and body fat. Let me train. But then the other part of me, when I tried to do squatting day before yesterday, it didn't go well. So
it wasn't happening.
it wasn't happening. And I did one rep. As soon as I did it, I was like, nope, I can't do it, can't do it. So that's frustrating. But yeah, neither here nor there. We'll work through it. And national championships. Yep, that's the last show of the season. I can't believe it. We are booked slam. I don't have any openings. I've also gotten a lot of girls messaging me about 2026. Someone was asking me about a show in 2026. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, there will not be a show schedule posted because I'm competing, and my coach is going to have my head on a stick if I travel and try to compete. So therefore, I will do a few shows if I'm able, and those few shows will more than likely be national shows. But like how I've been going for the past 2 years, I can't do that anymore. And then honestly, I'm a little bit exhausted, and I felt kind of guilty because I'm like, this is what I prayed for, and I'm grateful. But at the same time, I realize I cannot do that and prep at the same time. So
Well, I'm proud of you
I know, thanks.
for chilling out that schedule a little bit.
Yeah, I got to. It's not like my mental health towards like August was just I was not well. And it's just like I was tired. I noticed I started getting anxiety every time it was time to travel. And it was because I knew, okay, I'm gonna travel, my body's not gonna like it. It takes me forever to recover. And so it was just like this vicious cycle. And I was just kind of like, I can't live life like that. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's like not the travel itself that's stressful, it's everything that's involved in like I'm
Yes.
the same, like the thought of packing a bag right now, I'm like,
I will never forget when I had to do my check-in at Tampa Pro, and my coach didn't even know I was in Tampa. Yeah. And so, you know how you wake up some mornings and you're like, nah, this ain't it. I woke up that morning and I was like, oh, this is bad. Took the photos and I just said, I know this is bad. And she responded, yeah, I'm yanking. You're not doing Atlanta Pro. And I was like, yep, that's fine. That's fine. And at that moment, that's when I realized, okay, we can't like, and then from a coaching standpoint too, that's frustrating
yeah.
when you can see someone and they're like right there. Because when I look back at it, when I stopped, like I was pretty freaking close. Of course I couldn't see it then because prep goggles, but I just started thinking that's very frustrating to a coach when you have an athlete and they're prepping, but they're doing too much, and so therefore it's just making things way more difficult. But yeah, that's that.
I've done that a few times. I think when I came to Olivia's show last year and I like flew and went to your house,
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
that
yes.
was the same trip, but I flew there, I had like a 5 a.m. flight
Yeah.
and I land there and then I take check-in pictures.
Yes. Yeah.
And boss was like, "Why are you traveling?"
Not doing it no more. It's just mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. So you and Martin are the king and queen of prepping. So we'll start with y'all for the people who are with a significant other who also preps. I got nothing on this. Go ahead. I might ask you a
So,
question.
I mean, this was actually his idea. So Amber texted me and was like, podcast topic ideas. And I
Oh,
was like,
Martin.
yeah. And I was like, do you have any hot topics that's going on right now? Because our brains aren't working. But he put up a question box the other day, and that was like a hot topic of the questions, like how do you prep with a significant other? Um, I think one, it depends on experience and temperament. Some people get pissy and cranky and like not a nice person to live with. But I also can tell you that I have been that person, and you don't have to be that person. So don't fix it.
Period. Self control, ladies. Self
Yeah, like
control.
recognize it, fix it, remove yourself, be quiet, like whatever you got to do. Um, but like prep comes with moods and whatever. Um, and you got to figure out how you respond to that and then how your person responds to that and respect it. Um,
Mm.
so like it's a nice thing that like Martin and I kind of both get quiet when we're in moods like that. Or like it's a rough day or just low energy or like you don't have brain space for much more than what you have to get done. Um, and so like sometimes they happen at the same time. And sometimes someone's on a high and someone's on a low. Um, and just literally saying, I don't have the energy for that right now. Like sometimes that's what it is. I came home from work one day, like one of the first days, and it's like it was wild. It was 13 hours of nonsense. And so I come home and I'm just like rambling, like just giving him a whole rundown of my day. And like halfway through, it was like we had like four patients that day, one after the other. And and you med surg girls don't come at me because we're 1-to-1 for labor patients. Um, but it was just one wild situation. You hand it off, you get another one, start over. It was that kind of day. Because I'm just going, I'm like through one or two patients, and he's like, "Babe, what's the point of this story? Like,
What are you
where's the
leaving?
story going?" And I was like, "There isn't one. I was just telling you about my day." And he was like, "It's too much for my brain." And I was a little bit sad. Because it was so crazy. I couldn't use my phone. Like we hadn't talked all day, so I'm just
Yeah.
like giving him a rundown of all the nonsense that occurred during my day. And at the same time, I'm like, I feel you, been there. I'm about to crash out. That's why I was like rambling it off right
Yes.
now.
I relate.
And he was like, I like felt bad for saying that, but at the same time, I would have been annoyed had I told him about my whole day and then referenced it the next day and none of it registered. Like in one ear out the other is what was occurring. And that's what you got to do. And then you got to respect when your person does that. But then as far as like other stressors, you got to work as a team. So like especially in prep for the Olympia, like then I'm like all of a sudden working 12-hour shifts, and that's not something that we've had to balance during our relationship at all. So when I come home, I don't have a ton of dishes to do. Usually I do the dishes, I do the laundry. But when things are disbalanced and I can't get them done, it's not like it's backing up on me because those are my jobs, you
Right.
know? And the other way around, like he'll make the chicken tenders and stuff, but he'll message me like, can you trim and season or like trim and salt them so that I can cook them later?" Or like those are things that he usually does. So then I'll cover it because I have time and he doesn't have time. Um, just getting things like that done. Um, I know that some relationships are like, these are your jobs, these are my jobs, but prep is an extreme sport and that ain't gonna work.
Let me tell you something. It don't roll like that in my house. We don't have like those. This is your job, gender roles. It's like you see something, you do it. Like there are certain things where I'm probably more prone to do, or he's more prone to do, but I'm not gonna be like, nope, that's your job. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
No, it's gotta get done. We're a team.
yeah. Um, and, like, just recently, like, we're not even in prep, but, like, that's still life. Like,
Yeah.
things get out of sorts of what your normal routine is. Um, and
But
I'm working. Huh?
but I think that's the key. The foundation needs to be good when you're
Yeah,
not in prep. Like
yeah.
already have systems in place.
Like, if you don't feel like you can ask your person to help you with something, not your person.
Mm-mm. Not at all. Cause I'm real quick. Hey, can you put that load in the washing machine for me really quickly? And when I get home, I'll toss it in the dryer.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm like, "Can you put it in the dryer?" I
Yeah.
finally figured out the whites situation so I can
Oh,
get crispy whites.
that's right. I forgot to ask my mom. I'm sorry.
Cause somebody likes to wear white shirts on show weekend.
Oh, we trying to get protein out of a shirt? Lord
Ah!
have mercy. That's
Dark,
okay.
super dark protan. It was
Oh
fine
man.
before when it was regular. Um, but
Mm,
after Prague, I was like, I don't think you can I can have you wearing white shirts.
let's not do that. Yeah, that's risky. That's
um,
risky.
but so here's a recent story. We're not in well, we just started prep, so we weren't in prep. Um, the I'm working nights now. So since the Olympia, I'm on night shift. Just a couple shifts a month, nothing crazy. I would not go back to nights full time ever in my life. No. Unless I was like didn't almost have a place to live and I had to have money.
Yeah,
Um not a
for
fun
real.
time. But occasionally it's totally fine and it works for me. But I had a shift coming up, so I was like, I need blackout curtains. Like, can you I don't know how to tell which ones I need for how big our windows are and all that stuff. Can you figure that out? He's like, yeah. Because he wouldn't let me hang them by myself anyway. He would do it. So I'm like, can you take care of the curtains? Yes. So then it's like the day before, and I was like, can you rig something? Like, I don't care if it looks pretty. I just want to be able to take a nap. Like, I was coming home, take a nap. Then Chloe was coming over. Chloe is my training partner. She's also Martin's new, like, full time videographer. So she's going to be coming over, doing a full day of eating, reels, all the things. So I was like, I need to take a nap and then I can hang out with you guys. So I just need something rigged. It doesn't need to be bougie. Because he had found these really bougie blackout blinds situation, but waiting for Black Friday sales because they're literally like this upcoming week. So, and I came home and there might have been a quilt pinned to the wall, but it made the room dark and I took a nap.
Oh yeah.
So like it worked. I
Mhm. Mhm.
was like, I asked you like basic here. And so that's another thing. Don't get picky when you ask someone to help you with something and they do it a different way than you imagine. Because when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gave him that task, I didn't have any I was like, "Just make the room dark. I don't care how it gets."
Because the goal is sleep, not aesthetics.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm sleeping. Nobody's coming in here. It's not a permanent solution. We already know what the permanent solution will be, but in the meantime, I don't wanna sleep in the daylight, like, whatever. Um, so if you have your husband put the dishes away and a Tupperware goes where the mixing bowls go, the
Why?
dishwasher's empty. Like,
Why are
that
you
was the
screaming
goal.
at me though? Why are you in my business? I
Yeah.
I feel convicted. Why are you in my business?
Do you do that?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So that's Murillo's job. He likes that. He likes to unload the dishwasher. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. But I'm just kind of like, not only do you live here, you frequent this kitchen more than me. You cook in this. So it's just weird to me that you don't know because you live in here. So it's just weird.
Or sometimes. So Martin is tidy. I'll get messy and then I'll clean it all up. But like the mess will occur before the tidiness happens. It's not like a as I go situation all the time. And Martin doesn't like clutter. So he'll tidy up, whatever, that's fine. But it is sometimes a hunt that the scissors will be in they'll be in a drawer. But which drawer? Don't know.
Leave me and Martin alone, okay? Our minds can't like we just yeah, and that's what Murillo gets mad at me about that because I'm tidy and he's not. He's messy, and so I'll start putting stuff away. He's like, I'm not done with that. Why? Where'd you put it? You're always moving my stuff. I'm like, always? Okay.
Yes. And I like when I clean, I kind of like to have an empty space.
Alchemist.
So like if I'm in the middle of cleaning and then Martin's cooking, I'm gonna go clean a whole different room.
Yes.
Because one, I don't want to be in your way, and I don't want you to be in mine.
Yeah, because
And then
Martin
the
needs a
same
whole
thing, like I'm
island
gonna
in
be
his
trying to
kitchen.
clean stuff that you're not done with, and like all of that. Like it's not find what works and do that. Um, and then I think what goes along with prepping is also you got to learn what works and doesn't work, especially on show weekend, especially if you're doing the shame show. Um, and compromise on that is important, but also having what is like non-negotiables for you is also important. Um, so like I think we learned this year at Pittsburgh, there were too many people in the house. There's just too much going on. Um, so then going into the Olympia, it was like, okay, we need to limit it and there needs to be space. So I'm usually the one that like plans that. So like he'll give me the dates, I book the flights, I book the um Airbnb. I make a note that coordinates everyone. That's the other thing is planning. Because if it's a boy and a girl, your appointment times are going to be different. Your tan times are going to be different. If you have different skin tones, someone's getting more tans and someone's getting less tans. So it's like it's a lot of running around, and you can try to coordinate that the best that you can. But depending on the show setup, they just can't. Sometimes there are men times and then women's times, so you can't both go at 4:30, things like that. Um, but like for the Olympia, we had a large house and I did my digging as far as like location because we wanted to be near Boss and the gym, space and price, obviously, and got the best mesh of the three. So when we pulled up, Martin was like, "You rented a mansion." But it was not any pricier than the small houses, and it was good location, and everyone had space. So like Olivia stayed with us. She could work when she needed to up in her room. She had all what she needed there. The Wi-Fi worked well. I learned that from the past. Read the reviews as far as like is it good Wi-Fi. There's a huge dining table. That's where Cooper did his editing. Kitchen was open. Big living room. Like everyone could go where they needed to go and there wasn't a party. And then if there was a party, you could remove yourself. Like when people come over, especially for the Olympia, it's a long week. People are in town for multiple days. People want to come see you, like your friends and stuff, people who are there cheering you on, been part of your circle. You want to spend time with them. But not everybody wants to hang out at the same time. Or like junior nationals when I won my pro card, there was so much going on and just so much stimulation. I ended up in the bathroom crying the night before the show, just overwhelmed. And like if that's something that bothers you or like you don't know it bothers you until you're in the scenario, don't do it again. Because then if you're stressed, your partner's going to be stressed. There's already stress that comes with that. Um, I was stressed backstage at the Olympia because I know that he needs to get on stage. It's taking forever. Wellness is last. They give us a 45-minute break. It's just like going on and on and on. And I'm like, I'm texting him, like, if you need to go eat, go eat. Like, if you got to go back to the room, pull up the live stream. Like, it's not going to bother me. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. Falls asleep on on one of the couches at one of the booths with earplugs in. And then Cooper's like, hey, Wellness is on stage, runs over, watches, we leave. Like,
Yeah,
it's chaos. It's definitely higher stress. So I would say like you have to find what works and what doesn't work and stick to that. Um, but also know what's necessary for your partner and what's necessary for you. And like sometimes it's going to come together and sometimes it's going to be separate. We learned last year at the Olympia, it is too much chaos. You have to have your own person, like your own show mom. Like I can't show mom for him and he can't show mom for me. We've got our own things going on. So like Olivia was my show mom. I was like, can you come and just like you can stay with us? There's no housing. Like we'll cover what we need to cover. Just like
mhm,
and she
that's
like
real.
that's why you have friends, and that is also why you don't neglect your friends in a prep.
Absolutely. Because the thing is, it's just kind of like you can't focus on him on show day, and he can't focus on you, and neither one of you would expect that. Like
Well, and
it's
like you can, especially as like that's why I say like experience is important. Um, because the normalcies to us of show day don't stress us anymore. I don't like it don't stress me about tan times. I know my makeup time's gonna be early. I have a plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back, ask Amber how to fix my hair so that it doesn't get messed up and rest on the bed. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that stuff isn't stressful, but it's random stuff comes up
Yeah.
during show weekend. Boss is like, get a muffin. Now I gotta find a place to get a muffin from.
Right.
Like just random things. Last year we're getting out of the car to check into the hotel, open the trunk, and the bananas and gallons of water go flying into the parking lot, bust. I'm like, Lindsay was showing mom last year. Can you get us bananas and water? And they're like, anything else? I'm like, no, just bananas and water.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
just
like,
so much shuffling and like
yeah,
like he needs something, you might need something, random things happen. Yeah, it's
yeah, but like you can't give them. So like we can focus on each other intermittently, and like
right.
he can say like, can you look at me? Do you think I'm dry enough? Blah blah. Look at each
Just
other
a tap.
seconds. Yeah, but like constant, no. And you also can't expect your person to do that. So if you're someone who needs full attention on you, don't prep with with your buddy.
Yeah. I think you guys have a beautiful flow, but then also because I think sometimes too, like it's really easy, people on social media is like, oh, so and so does it. I love it. You're not Martin and Alexis. 9 times out of 10, the girlie on the other side, you're not them. So if it works for you, cool. But guess what? For some people, it doesn't work. And there's no point in trying to make it work if it's going to tarnish the relationship. If y'all got to prep separately, that's okay.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
and it's not going to work it's not going to work for everyone. Like if y'all rewind back to 2021, you will hear me say I did this and the prep was fine and show weekend I wouldn't want to do again. That was the scenario then. That's fine. Recognize it. Don't do it again. Like
Yeah.
it's not for everyone. And it's difficult. And it's going to take the same kind of temperament, knowing your partner, what they need, what you need, and whether those things mesh. They might not mesh. Some people need like to be babied. That works for some people. Very successful bodybuilders, winners of the Olympia, are very much that way. Like they need someone waiting on them hand and foot, making sure that they're good. The attention is what is necessary for them to feel comfortable. If that's you, you don't need to be doing the Olympia with your boyfriend or your husband.
Not at all. Now, on the flip side, if your boyfriend, husband doesn't compete and you compete, and especially when they're not familiar with the bodybuilding space at all, it can be done, but you have to understand the first time you do it is research and development. So, the first time, neither one of you know what you're signing up for. I had no idea what I was signing up for. We got married in December. In March, I decided I was going to be a bodybuilder. That's ridiculous now that I look back on it, right? And so I didn't know what I was signing up for. I was just excited. But Murillo, he was just trying to conceptualize it all because what is this? You're going to do what? You're going to be on stage like this? Like, that's a lot. It's a big ask. And so, rule number one, they got to be supportive. That's the number one rule. And once you do your first one, because it's kind of hard when you don't know either. But once you've done one, you kind of get a grasp on things and you understand, oh, okay, so I know I might feel like this. This might make me a little bit more tired. I might be a little bit more cranky. The biggest thing is communication. That's my big thing because there are some times Murillo comes home and he just talks and he talks. And it's hard because my husband isn't a man of many words. So when he is in one of those chatty moods, I'm like, okay. And so I just look at him and I say, hey, I'm not mad. I love you. I'm tired. And he knows, like now he knows like clockwork. So I would say the biggest thing is communication, but also on the flip side of that, you still need to check in on them as well. You still need to make sure like they're good because you guys are a unit. You're a team. Like I can't like that's my dog. Like Marilla, that's my homie lover friend. He's my everything. So therefore, yes, I have this big goal. Yes, I'm doing this thing. But at the end of the day, I still have to make sure he's good because when prep's said and done, guess what? I don't want to have to be coming back with my tail between my legs. Been there, done that, because I was acting a fool all prep long. You feel me? So you have to be able to make sure that you are keeping them in mind as well. And then something that I am super intentional about is like I include him.
Mhm.
And so now it's to the point where he got to the point this last season. He's like, "You didn't send me your check-ins." I'm like, "Whoa, okay, now you're doing too much." But I'll send him my check-ins. I'm like, "Hey, this is what I looked like last week to now," or "Oh, my meal plan's changing. What do you think if I eat?" Just like little ways to include him. Or then at one point, I had to break up with him at the gym because he was just turning into a little bit. He was going a little too hard, and so just finding ways to include them so they don't feel isolated, especially because we do spend a lot of time in the gym. So if he can come to the gym with you, yes, let him come.
Yeah,
Let
and I don't think they have to they don't have to be into bodybuilding, they don't have to
him
be
know.
ever planning to get on stage or anything like that, but they need to have some kind of interest in at least understanding it. Um, Otherwise it's like one, bodybuilding's all consuming. The majority of us, if you're shooting for a pro card, if you're trying to win a pro show, it's important to you. So you can't have a significant other that thinks this really important thing to you
Yeah.
is not important at all, like doesn't respect it or like anything like that. That is going to be a crossroads where like, is bodybuilding that important to you that you let that be a wedge, or can you back off? And that's, for some people, that's a reality. Um, Not every new husband is going to be like, you want to be a bodybuilder? Let's do it.
Absolutely not, for sure. And like I said, we've just come such a long way. Murillo has no desire to get on stage whatsoever. He trains because he likes to eat cake. That's why he goes to the gym, and he'll
Yep.
tell you, like, y'all know, Lo, he can cook. He can cook down. That's his thing. He's like, no, man, I like to eat. That's why I go to the gym, and that's honest. But he follows so closely the Brazilian bodybuilding circuit. I couldn't tell you anything about it. He knows this stuff like it's a freaking baseball card. And I'm like, how? When? He's like, did you see so and so? Did you see Good Vito? Did you see this? There. And I'm like, okay, and he's a classic guy. He likes classic and he likes open. That's what he likes to keep an eye on. But it can be done. You just have to have a lot of communication, but you have to have a sense of awareness.
Yeah.
You got to have a sense of awareness because listen, sweetheart, the sun don't rise and set on you. It don't work that way. You still got to show up. You still got to be a wife. You still listen. Like us wifeys, like you still got to have sex. I know it's hard. I know, but guess what? You still got to do it. So you do whatever it is that you need to figure out. You get it on and popping, and then you go on to the next day because going an extended amount of time without intimacy, especially when your significant other isn't in bodybuilding, don't do that. That's probably the realest thing I've ever said. Don't do that.
Yeah, like, especially on that topic, if they don't compete, they are not going to understand the down regulation of hormones and all that. And like, okay, it's just because she's in prep, especially your first prep. They're gonna be
Oh,
like, she don't like me anymore.
yes. Yeah, no, it's real. It's real. And
And
like,
we're not saying you have to have sex every day,
no,
but
we're not.
you can't cut intimacy, which is like hugging, kissing, bye babe, I love you, all that stuff. You can't cut it off.
Right. For sure.
You can't
Especially
just go
just
to
like your body.
zero because you're
Yeah.
not thinking about it. Like, you need
Yeah.
to be conscious that like your partner still has emotional needs that need to be met. Like, you can't just be like, well, I'm focused on my prep.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like, I'm focused on decorating the house for a month. Like, you can't do it in any scenario.
Especially when, their love language is touch. Like that. You gotta like that was something like I'll be full transparent. That was something I had to figure out because it got to the point where it was like, okay, so you don't like me. And I'm just kind of like, nah, man, like everything just, I'm tired.
That was me not in prep, just like
Come on.
dating Martin. I was like, why are you touching me? Like, why are you giving me hugs so much? Like,
When I tell you, it can be. I'm better now. Murillo, again, I know a lot of it is just cultural too, but very just loving and affectionate and just like the other night we were in bed, like I woke up in the middle of the night because I almost fell off the bed because he was just here, like shellac. And I was like, I love you, but you got to scoot over. Like you don't have to be on me all the time. Sometimes it's a lot, but I love him and it's fine. We make it work.
No, I like it now, but I wasn't used to it for a while.
Oh,
So at
for sure.
first I was like,
That's normal. He likes you.
"Why do you want to hold my hand so much?" Like,
I remember you texting me just like, he wants to hold my hand. I said, that's normal.
I
It's
was like, "Is this love bombing? Like, what's going on here?"
No, that's just a normal, healthy relationship. And I hope everyone, if you are in a relationship, I hope that it is loving. I hope that it is healthy. And if, listen, this is on my heart, if you are being abused at any capacity, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, then you need to get to a safe space because that is not okay. So that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alexis and I need to go get our nails done.
Who none of y'all have ever seen me like this. What is this one's cracked, this one's about to pop off.
The girl gains are down bad, y'all. But we're getting it together. We're getting it together. All right. So what you got? Posing open.
Posing for December will be open here soon. I need to work on that schedule and figure out where we're going and when all month of December. Um, TLF is 55% off right now and it'll go up on Black Friday. Gila Mix was bought by Yeti, so you
Oh,
better get
really?
them before they're gone. Yeah.
When did
Tw-
that happen?
just recently, but they handed over like the 27th, so right after Thanksgiving. So the website's already selling out, and we don't know what Yeti's going to do with it. So if you want them how they are right now, go get them. I think it's 40% off with my code for that. Um,
Marilla really likes those. I'm glad you said something.
yeah, it's a big deal right now. As far as the discount, they've never discounted this much, but they're starting to sell out. Um, Elevate, I think, is 30% off. So I'll be baking with it because I can't eat it because I'm zero carbs. Um, so order your things, get your stuff, take advantage of all the sales. Raw
Is
will
your
be
raw
doing
code
Black,
active already?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Um, Raw's doing Black Friday as well. Black Friday in general is a good way to stock up for next season. Krista is doing, I think, 20% off of like everything, and like even custom suits, you can order it now and design it later. So take advantage of the sale. Um, yeah, so do the things, order your stuff, get ready for next season because I know all y'all about to eat all the things, and then January 1st be like, I want to start prep. So just get your stuff.
Just go get your stuff. We're working on dates for another seminar. So be on the lookout for that. I think Alexis, Krista, and I have nailed down a date. So when we have more details, we will let y'all know. Um, Last show of the season, national championships, we're booked. I still had a lot of y'all asking me if I had a cancellation. Y'all are so cute. After that, yeah, I'm not going to say I don't have a schedule for 2026 as far as glam. I have space for some lifestyle girly. So if you want lifestyle, bikini, um, fit model, if you need like any consultations, I got that going on. And I think that's it. And you're also, do you still have room for clients as well?
Yes.
Lifestyle. Okay.
Yep. So you can email me. If you message me on Instagram, I try to check my request folder, but sometimes they like show up late. Like I'll check it today and then I'll check it tonight and it says I have a message from yesterday. And I'm like, so email is better.
And that's been happening to me a lot. I'll just happen to look and I had messages from girls from like 4 weeks ago. Like, oops. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll always leave all the links down below as well. So that way y'all can get, make sure you get through. So that is it. Don't overstuff yourself for Thanksgiving. Okay. Like don't hoard your calories. Make sure you drink your water.
Drink
If
your
you are
water.
Yep. If you're in prep, you're in prep. Whatever your plan is that. If your coach says, "Hey, yes, you can have a meal," okay. But if
Have
you can't
a
have a
meal.
meal, yeah. But if you can't, that is also okay.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. But if he says have a meal, have one.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And even if you're in off season, like still, like girl, like control yourself.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.